Okay, guys, today I'll be interviewing my friend Katie Kieffer. She is a highly intuitive, in tune energy healing facilitator, intuitive reader, practitioner, instructor of the Theta Healing technique. She assists others in their journey of reclaiming, restoring, and embracing their own sense and truth of self-healing and wholeness with themselves and career. How are you doing, Katie?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for doing the interview today with me.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
No problem. I would like to know what is theta healing technique and how can we incorporate that into our life?
The Theta Healing technique is a meditation technique that was founded by Vianna Stibal in the 1990s, and it takes us into a conscious theta brainwave. We can actually hold a conscious theta brainwave, and it connects us to the energy of the all that is. At this point, it's really best known for the belief and feeling work. The belief work is about changing the beliefs, subconscious beliefs, which we can change in our cellular patterns and everything. And the feeling work is about bringing in feelings that we may have never experienced in this lifetime, or maybe we've forgotten them, or maybe they're inaccurate. Sometimes what we view something as it's supposed to be can be twisted based on what we've been exposed to. Love is a great one as an example for that, because we look at, well, what is love? And you look at all of these examples we have, that's not the highest truth of what love actually is or what it feels like. And so when we do the feeling work for that, we connect in with the all that is and get the information from the highest source that is possible for us to connect to. And so that makes a huge difference when we get it from the all that is.
So you're saying that we can like be able to tap in or connect with this power.
Yes, yes. Yeah, it's the creative power of everything. We're tapping into the actual energy of creation and co-creating. So when we go there and we connect in and we say, Creator, take care of this. I mean, healings have happened in various ways by just saying, Creator, take care of this. Vianna does it all the time. You know, she's also practiced a lot longer than the rest of us. There's a lot of us who are, we're good at what we do. We're still on our own journeys too. And we're
Right.
consistently improving. And so I haven't seen something quite the same way that she describes, but I've seen some pretty miraculous stuff happen. And it's really cool.
To get into this theta healing.
How did I get
So,
into it?
yeah.
I got into it because I was really unhappy. I really was in a place of desperation. My life was awful. From an outsider looking in, probably not, but I felt terrible. My relationships, especially my relationship with my husband, wasn't going real well, though it was mostly me and my perspective. Now in hindsight, I can see it was really just how I was seeing things more than anything else. He had his role, but he was showing up for me. And I was with my kids. I've got 2 children who are teenagers now, and we homeschool. And I had a lot on my plate. There was just a whole lot going on, and I felt very alone. I felt like I didn't have a whole lot of support, even though my husband's done a fabulous job of supporting us financially. When it comes to the house and daily care, taking of children, that's not something that is in his forefront. He was never exposed to children before we had ours. So he never got to learn anything about that really. And he's done a fabulous job. But I was really unhappy and felt super overwhelmed. And so I got into energy work, and it wasn't doing what I wanted. I learned about herbs and oils and spell work and lots of different things. Reiki, I was introduced to Reiki and Huna and a few other things that just didn't really resonate with me. And I kept hearing this concept of the subconscious, the subconscious, the subconscious. And I wasn't learning that where I was. I'm like, okay, where am I going to get this information? Well, at the time I had a cleaning business, so I was cleaning houses. And I was also making the cleaners that I used. So I started going to the farmer's market. My teacher stopped by my table and said, you need to be in my class. Talk to me a little bit about Theta Healing. And there I was in her class. And it was like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. That was what I needed. And I had talked about tapping, or I hadn't talked about it. I had been introduced to tapping, and I've been on the Tapping World Summit and lots of things. But it wasn't until I found Theta Healing that I really understood what I needed, because I needed to clear out the stuff from underneath. And I needed a lot of feeling work. I had a lot of feeling work to do to get to where I am now. And it wasn't just belief work. It was a lot of the feeling work for me that was big.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, so it found me.
Like, yeah, okay. I feel like what you're trying to say is that this Theta Healing technique is actually for you. It was actually meant for you. I'm great that I'm glad that it found you. Or yeah, like you said.
Yeah, it found me. It found me. My teacher found me.
In one of your videos that I watched, you talk about muscle testing. Can you tell to the audience or whomever is watching this what is muscle testing and how can we apply it into our life?
Okay, so muscle testing or energy testing, depends. Some people call it energy testing, some people call it muscle testing. It's using the body to determine whether beliefs are held or not. And it is important to understand that we are testing beliefs, not truths. There are people who will muscle test to see, oh, well, does my body need this vitamin? Does my body need that vitamin? And it may or may not be the truth. It's what you believe you need, which might be accurate. Asking Creator and tapping into the highest truth is going to help you have better discernment. So really what muscle testing is the idea of the electromagnetic field of our body is going to be stronger when we have a positive answer and weaker when we have a negative answer. So that can be shown like in the finger ring. That's how I usually do it, is a finger ring. And it's so yes will be a nice strong circle. You're not going to break it real easy. I mean, if you push hard enough, you will break it, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for firm, not like strain your muscles. So it's a yes, and then a no is going to come through. And eyes open, eyes closed does matter. Eyes open is your conscious mind. Eyes closed, you're going to get into the subconscious mind and into the body. And it's interesting because we can hold beliefs on many different levels. And so it's like, well, it's a yes here and it's a no there, or it's not really clear. We start testing each level. And the daily application for that really has to do with, what are you believing? What are you feeling? And so you can muscle test. I know what it feels like for the Creator to love me unconditionally. You get a yes or a no. If you don't know what that feels like, we can download it. And that makes a huge difference, because what happens is you start seeing it everywhere around you. And it can start with the muscle testing, because we can see what's there that might be limiting, what needs to come in. It's just any variety of things. And when it's done, when we're in sessions and we start doing muscle testing, it is all very intuitive. Usually the muscle tests that I have clients test are not things they would have thought, are not things that they thought of on their own.
You also talk about, when you said download, what do you mean by download?
A download, there's, well, if you think of the brain as kind of like a computer, well, you download programs into your computer. Well, we can do that energetically with our brain and our body and our energy. It's the same thing, same concept is at play. So the idea of, some people will experience download as an idea dropping in. Well, Creator may have done that. Your angels, your guides may have done that. Something may have had that thought come across your mind that you're like, oh, well, I never thought of that before. So that is a form of a download. So when we do it deliberately, we connect in with the all that is, and we just ask Creator to take care of it, and for Creator to do it and download it. And then we just witness it happening. We ask for the change and we watch it happen intuitively. And so this can be done in person, over the phone, via video. I do most of my sessions by video. If video isn't working, we can absolutely just do the audio on it or whatever, depending on where we are in the world. So you don't have to be face-to-face with them or with any practitioner. Some practitioners, other practitioners may do things differently. Some may only see people in person. But the downloads are very much, we go in and we ask Creator to take care of it, and we watch it happen.
So it's almost like, it's almost like energy transference, right?
Yes. That's actually a great term to put to it, is energy transference. Absolutely. But it's not transferring energy from me to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's me going to Creator and saying, Creator, will you do this? And Creator takes care of it, and then I'm just the witness. I watch it happen.
And when I listened to a couple of your, I think actually no, it was when I had a free session with you, right? It was a while back. I think it was 2 years ago or something like that. And you had
it's been a while.
You talk about the law of attraction, but most of the audience today are into the mainstream, right? But I like your law of attraction. It's very different and unique, and I would like you to explain to the audience what your different version of the law of attraction is.
Okay, well, it's really not a different version of the law of attraction. The law of attraction is what it is. It is a different perspective. And so my perspective is that 80 to 90% of our attraction points are subconscious. So releasing limiting beliefs and bringing in the supporting ones and downloading the feelings from the all that is are really keys to effectively attracting what we want. I mean, the idea of, and I've experienced this for myself, well, what does that feel like? I would feel into what it is. Well, if I don't know what I'm feeling if I don't know what it feels like, how can I attract it to me? I'm going to go through a whole lot of trial and error. I prefer to just download it and say, Creator, show me what this looks like, and then I get to practice it rather than figuring out what it is. And so that is one of the aspects that I view things a little differently, because it's subconscious. And, the other thing that's really important is that the law of attraction is not a standalone law. It is under the law of vibration, and it also works with the law of illusion. And so one of the big factors with the law of vibration is that we have this thing called vibrational elasticity. So what happens is, if you've got the idea and the concept of poverty on this end. Okay, so if you look at it like a rubber band, so you've got poverty on this end, and you've got making your bills with just a little bit left over at this end. This is your vibrational range. Well, 6- and 7-figure business, depending on where you live, a 6- and 7-figure business isn't in that vibrational range. So for you to all of a sudden be making 6 and 7 figures is probably not going to happen. And if it does, and you aren't raising that bottom piece up, if you're not taking it from here and moving the whole range up, what happens is you'll get snapped back, and that snapback hurts. I mean, it does. It really hurts. This is why it's the idea of the roller coaster ride happens. And it's that vibrational elasticity. So it's really important to pay attention to, where are you actually at with your vibrational range, and just continue moving that up. Going for a 6- and 7-figure business, going for the love of your life from a place of not even understanding what love is, it is absolutely possible. And we should strive for that. We should strive for whatever it is that we want. But recognizing where we are in the vibrational range